Hey, everybody, Off the Mic Sports Network here. Another edition of Off the Top Rope. Kind of following up on a video got a lot of traction last night, Friday night, and it's probably going to be talked about a discussion through the weekend in the world of professional wrestling is the WWE releases. There were a couple names that have since been added on. They were mostly NXT names. Also, one note that I do want to point out: Shotzi, she did not get released, but apparently her contract expired. They're not going to renew it. That sucks. Shotzi was a really good part of the women's division. But again, the same point still lines up. The women's division got better. She unfortunately got hurt. And, hey, if you're kind of in the middle, you're at risk of potentially, either not being renewed, not being re-signed, or in the case of Friday, released. But one thing I do need to talk about here is the discussion that has happened about some of the names, because I understand a lot of your fans, specifically a lot of the women who were released, but even like Braun Strowman and I'll even go on a lesser level, like Gallus was another name that was brought up. There were other names that were released, but a lot of women were released. But just using some of these as examples, and let's start with Cora Jade here. Okay, and Dakota Kai, because I think those and Gigi Dolan, obviously I could lump her in because they all have the same kind of issue. They all had injuries to their knees and missed a significant amount of time. And Dakota spent a lot of time on the main roster. She was brought back by Triple H. But okay, one thing that I'm gonna really get annoyed with, whether you guys are gonna not want to accept it or not, please do not be like, why did they fire this person? And why is Nikkita Lyons still got a job? I understand that Nikkita Lyons is kind of a divisive figure in the women's division because she's now down and Evolve. She's got a lot of problematic MAGA vaccine. She's one of those, those problematic people. Okay. But, and she's not that great of a wrestler. Like some people kind of in the same vein mention her as kind of like Nia Jax at the lower level, the NXT version of her right now. Okay. Can we not be like, hey, she should be fired and this person shouldn't be, and let's just replace it? Guys, this is how business works. There's no rhyme or reason for it, but can we not beg for people to get fired, especially after a bunch of other people lost their jobs? That is something I'm not going to stand for, whether I like the person or not. Like some people were bringing up Logan Paul. Like, oh, you fired all these people and Logan Paul stuff. Guys, first of all, I don't like Logan Paul. I did a whole video on how much I don't like Logan Paul and how he's utilized. That is a completely different classification of anything, okay? I understand that, there's resources and money that they're using into him, but all due respect, those things are not comparable, okay? Those things are absolutely not comparable. That being said, I don't like the guy, okay? Let me be very clear about that. I am not defending Logan Paul in any way, okay? It's just the reality of where companies are, especially after coming off of a big event and they've been doing this. Guys, remember when we saw them release so many people during a pandemic? Where the fuck were all you outraged about that? Everybody's acting like this is worse. Guys, none of these people were being utilized, okay? And Nikkita Lyons falls in that too. I don't know why she's sticking around. Maybe they want to see more from her, and they want to give her a shot. It sucks that Cora Jade, Dakota Kai, all these other names that I have mentioned over the course of the last 2 days got fired or were released or however you want to frame it. But if your reaction to this is to, fuck the Fed or, fuck WWE, fuck TKO, fuck all these people, and, oh, why didn't they fire this person? Why didn't they fire this person instead of keeping my favorite there? Grow up, guys. It's the wrestling business. You hear that all the time. It is the wrestling business, the wrestling industry. In any walk of life, anywhere that you go, people are going to lose their jobs, sadly. It's just the way it is. And there is no rhyme or reason. I have seen this countless times before in my life where I don't understand why some of my friends or some people that I know really well lose their jobs. It just happens. But if your immediate reaction to anything that happened in the last couple of days is, why didn't this person get fired? You're the problem. You are the problem because it's just that's not the right reaction. Let's hope and pray that all of these people who were released land on their feet and do whatever they want, whether it be wrestling or not. And I'll be honest with you, at some point, I'm probably going to do some videos about what I think the future is for some of these people. And it might be, in the next day or two or, relatively soon because, in the immediate moment, I don't think it's really appropriate to talk about it. But then again, like it's just like if you're gonna react to it and just be like, why didn't we fire people that I don't like? Like it's just that's just in bad taste, man. That's just not cool. Whether I like the people or not who were fired, first of all, you don't wish them bad. Like it sucks. It's like, guys, we're human beings. Come on. Come on. And then some people creating these fake rumors saying, oh, yeah, you know what? Hey, they're firing all these people so they can bring back Brock Lesnar. Guys, Brock Lesnar's still in a lawsuit. Maybe just focus on the actual people who were released and basically be like, hey, I hope they're okay. And I said this on my immediate reaction video when these releases were coming out. In a lot of cases, I think this can be good for a lot of the people who were released. It sucks that you get released from WWE, and it sucks by the nature of how this happened. But some of these people can get an opportunity to go somewhere else, like a TNA, maybe even an AEW. Although I don't have a ton of optimism specifically with the women in regards to going to AEW and having a chance of succeeding, considering how that division has been managed. And we can talk about that at another time. But there are plenty of places to go get paid and go get opportunities elsewhere. Okay. So acting like this is a death sentence is bothers me too. But then taking it a step further and seeing people just be like, well, why is this person still employed and why did this person get fired? Why did Dakota Kai get fired? And why did somebody I fucking hate stay? Like, guys, it's the way business works. It's the way the wrestling business, it's the way entertainment business works. It is, there are in a lot of ways, it's heartless. I'm not saying it's right. Let me be clear. I'm not saying it's right at all. I think it sucks. I think it absolutely sucks what has happened, especially. I hate days like what happened over the weekend here. I hate it. Really. It is not the great part of doing what I do here and talking about stuff. I don't like talking about this type of stuff. But clearly, because of the conversation that's been going on the internet, I had to do this video to follow up on this because, like I said, I've just gotten really sick and tired of all you tribalists and all you idiots on the internet and the incels who think that better and you know what the fuck is going on. Again, I don't like the practice, but it's the way things happen. I hope all these people do well. All these people who were released, all of them land on their feet. Whether it's Braun Strowman, whether it's it's Gallus, whether it's Javier Bardell, and some of these other names, these NXT names, Eddie Thorpe. I hope they all do well. I really do. And in some cases, it might be good for them to go have a chance to go do something somewhere else. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.